Let's make it a good day.
Coming up today, SNL's season finale is buzzing, not because of the skits, but because some longtime cast members could be leaving, like a lot of them. Then, it's my latest best thing ever. How normal is it at Target Field? I'm taking in a Twins game to find out. And we are still not over seeing Ted's vacation pic from his childhood, and neither are you. We're opening up the Jason Show Mailbag. Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah.
Good morning, Cambridge. Good morning, Dalbo. Good morning, Lakeville. And good morning to you. Welcome to the Jason Show. I'm Jace. Please say hello to my sidekick sister from another Mr. and Mr. Steak's Employee of the Month, Kendall Mark, everyone.
Hello. Hello.
Do you know what Mr. Steak is?
Nope. No idea.
I don't know if they had him around here. Jeff, did they have Mr. Steaks? No. Mr. Steak was a like a steak chain.
You don't say.
Yeah, they just served fish. But Mr. Steak was a steak chain in the Chicagoland area in Indiana, and it was other places, but I grew up in Michigan City, Indiana, and we would go there all the time for steak. And this is how affected you are by what your parents eat. I didn't know that my mother only ate French dressing, and until I moved here, I didn't really realize there were other dressings. Because as a child, that's all I would eat is the French dressing.
Oh.
So when I started at Red Lobster, and I went to the salad bar, I'm like, oh, look at this array of salad dressings. I had no idea, because I would eat what my mom ate, you know, like a lot of kids.
Mm-hmm.
I was amazed. There's blue cheese.
Thousand Island.
Poppy seed.
Ranch.
Italian.
Oh my gosh, we could keep going.
We could keep going. Roquefort.
Western.
You know what the...
Oh.
Well, okay, let's be clear. Western is
no,
like
it is not. It is not sugary French.
It is sugary French.
So much better.
It is. It's like the cousin that you don't invite to the family reunion.
How dare you?
Yeah, Western is gross. Yes, it is. You like Western better than French? No.
Western and ranch is like the perfect combination God created for all salads.
Let me tell you, when I worked at the Red Lobster in Roseville,
Yeah.
do you know what the #1 combination of salad dressing was?
French and blue cheese.
Yes. Look at you there.
I was also a server.
Oh,
so
that's right.
Yes.
I never liked it. I never could figure out. It was the most, by far, French and blue cheese. Mm-hmm. And there's one woman in particular, I never put enough on it. The lettuce to dressing ratio for her,
I'm like a fork, you fork dip in the dressing, and then you scoop the salad.
When you go to the RL, here's a little tip from the alumnus here. Here's your tip.
That's Red Lobster.
It's Red Lobster.
Yeah.
Here's a tip.
Yeah.
You know what is so good, and this was what I would eat for lunch a lot? Mm-hmm. Get your Cheddar Bay biscuit, put it on your Caesar salad, and eat the biscuit with a bite of, you get the cold, and then you get the warm biscuit.
Ooh.
Oh, it will change. I literally am getting Jennifer Lopez goosies. You put it, and then you put it in your mouth all in one bite. The warm, buttery biscuit with the cold, crisp salad.
Yeah.
Oh, that was some good eating, man.
That sounds amazing. That's why I don't understand people whose food can't touch. Like Ted, I'm guessing you're like this. Because you have never understood then what it's like to have cold, crisp salad and warm, nice biscuit together.
That would be, Ted, that would never happen. No. And by the way, again, coming up in a little bit, I know that you're with us. Have you stopped thinking about Ted's childhood vacation picture? Because we sure haven't. All weekend long. I was busy this weekend. Didn't matter. I wasn't too busy to think about that picture. I laughed about that all weekend.
All weekend long.
All weekend. With his long pants. What were they called?
Jinkos.
Jinkos? I don't know. They made him look like his legs were 42 feet long.
That was the hilarity of the whole thing.
Well, you guys had a lot to say on that. And we're going to open up those letters in the mailbag coming up in a little bit. But right now, Leo, speaking of food, roll it. Jaws Day 3. It's time for the hot dish. SNL could look a lot different next year. The season 46 finale aired over the weekend, and it sure sounded like some of the cast members were like, peace. Look.
This was the year we realized we're more than just a cast. We're a family.
And, like a true family, we are kind of sick of each other, and we need a little break.
So we'll see everybody, fingers crossed, and Thanksgiving.
Thank you for staying with us through an election, an insurrection, and an objection that there was an insurrection. And as someone who played Rudy Giuliani and experienced the year through his eyes, I can tell you it was one wild ride, baby.
Then the whole cast joined. Anya Taylor-Joy was the host. This was basically a really good episode, more good than bad. Here's the problem, though, and we've been through this before. I love when entertainment writers act like we haven't been through this with SNL. If the whole cast leaves, because my feeling is, and I'll lay $5 right here on the table for it, I think Keenan's gone. I think Kate McKinnon's gone. I think Aidy Bryant's gone. And I think Cecily Song's absolutely gone. Mm-hmm. And that would be very reminiscent, and we've had this before. We had a big cast exodus. The first cast, Gilda, they all left in 1980. It was a disaster. And then mid-'80s, we had that really weird cast of Julia Louis-Dreyfus and Robert Downey Jr. and Randy Quaid and Anthony Michael Hall. And then the year Will Ferrell started. Let's go into the early 2000s. We didn't know a lot of them. That was a mass cast exodus. Mm-hmm. My point being in all this is SNL can survive, but if all of those people leave, ooh, I don't know.
That's a toughie. I mean, because there are people that are on almost every skit. At least one of them is involved.
If I were our network, and I don't know if the bosses here don't even watch our show, but if they do in New York, if they're watching.
Hi.
Yeah. If they're watching, I have an idea. You get the weigh-ins, you go back into business with the weigh-ins, and you get In Living Color back on. SNL's going to be vulnerable for about 2 or 3 seasons. I smell blood in the water. This is when you strike. Get the weigh-ins and put In Living Color back on.
Is that why you were singing Jaws? Blood in the water.
No, I just like to sing that song.
Oh, I thought it all tied together.
Again, you can have that for free, Fox bosses. I love that now that we know the general manager, I'm just randomly talking to the bosses.
Yeah, hi.
Next in the dish. Bachelor Nation could be turning on Pilot Pete after his ex spoke out about why they split. Peter and Kelly became a couple after his season. She actually finished 5th on the show, but they rekindled after his relationships with Hannah and Madison. Didn't work out. Kelly said Peter, this is my favorite, Peter was really into playing with Pokemon cards and video games and partying. They ended on bad terms, with her telling him, quote, "Get out of my life and lose my number." She no longer responds to his text messages. Does this make you happy? Because I know you follow this nutty world more than I do.
Yes, this makes me very happy. One, I liked her the most on that season in general, I think. I'm pretty sure I liked her the most. 1. 2, I was never a massive fan of his, and then it's kind of become clear that he was not ready to get married ever to anybody. He went through like 3 different girls and then landed on her. I'm like, this woman is an attorney. She's accomplished. She's successful. She's a babe. Why are you dating that schmuck?
Well, and not only that, but in that same article, what was her name?
Kelly.
Thank you. Kelly said in the podcast, and I'm paraphrasing, she said she's also heard, because it's a very small universe in Bachelor Nation, all the women talk.
Right.
Y'all talk to each other.
Yeah.
And she said that she's heard from women in Nashville, all these women are like, oh yeah, I hooked up with Pete. Yeah. Oh, I hooked up with him last week. He's like a little horny schnauzer, running around Nashville.
So weird. Yeah.
I don't know why I picked the schnauzer, but.
Because, I don't know either, actually. I was going to try to help, but.
Oh, by the way, I just received a text message from our boss, Mim Davey.
Yeah.
She writes, and I quote, "I'm watching you, clown."
Hi, Mim.
Oh. I did kind of hope you'd be general manager, but no, not so much. Next in the dish, the trailer for Marvel's newest movie starring Angelina Jolie dropped 2 hours ago. I was like, look at this. Take a look at the Eternals.
We have watched them guided. We have helped them progress. And seen them accomplish wonders. Throughout the years, we have never interfered. Until now.
Ended when you said goodbye.
Okay, so The Eternals, Kindle, is the 26th movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That's a lot of movies. It's going to be released in November. Did you understand any of that?
Why is Jon Snow an Eternal?
Well, girl, he left. Game of Thrones
He
is
went
over.
north of the wall, and now
Yeah.
he's an Eternal?
Now he's, that's Kit Harington, right?
Yeah,
He's a good-looking man.
he's a good-looking man. No, I'm totally and utterly befuddled and confused.
Yeah,
dig
I don't
it.
know. This is because we're getting to the new era of Marvel. I don't know these people. I know Captain America. I know Spider-Man. I know, but we're getting into characters I don't know. I mean, I'm excited, but I don't know these people. Why are they eternal?
Yeah, like what? I feel like there could have been a little bit more setup.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, one little tease. Speaking of tease, we have a lot more to come. Here is our tease. We'll be back in a moment. The hot dish isn't over, and we're getting some help serving it. TMZ is back with pics on the Biebs' new look. Plus, is Bennifer official now? Then it's our latest best thing ever, 2 best thing evers for the price of 1. I'm heading to Target Field for my latest pick, while Kindle has something for your due. And our favorite part of Monday, when you show us your weekend. That and more when we come back.
Witness the cultural event your godmother described as perfection.
Forrest Gump! Wait until the sailors come and get us maidens into trouble.
These Flatiron Megans bring you on a sexual eye contact journey of a lifetime. Take it from these fans.
We loved it. The girls doing the song. If I had to describe it in one word, I would say Ireland.
Absolutely gorgeous. And the music wasn't too bad either.
I'll be honest with you, I thought I had purchased tickets to a Boston Celtics game. I was very confused for the first couple minutes, but they were twirling, and I gotta say, I loved that.
Witness Irish culture the way it was meant to be enjoyed in Ohio.
Top of the evening to you.
Thank you all for joining us at the Gillicornty Haunty Castle. I'm Saoirse.
I'm Kiva. I'm married. And I'm Faith of Faith.
And I'm Faith of Faith. The Celtic women on SNL. See, it was more good than bad with the skits. The Judge Janine during Weekend Update was great. Colin Jost and Che switching jokes. We can't play any of those jokes on here. Really funny. Hey, on Mondays we get a special serving of hot dish all the way from Hollywood. Please give it up for Brad from TMZ. Hi, Brad.
Good morning, Jason. How are you?
I'm well. It looks like the Biebs has a new look. What happened?
He does. So Justin Bieber was getting a lot of heat for whatever he had on the top of his head. Remember, at some point it was he started with cornrows, and then it kind of turned to dreadlocks, and then over the weekend we saw it in 2 sort of buns on top of his head. But he has shaved his head now. You see, we got video of him out yesterday in LA. Probably easier to maintain that hair too, I'd imagine.
I was going to say, there are certain people that can pull off like the Buzz haircut. He has a good melon. That's a good head there.
He can do it. He's got a good head of hair, some even there. It's a nice hairline too, so he looks good. And like I said, a lot easier to maintain and a lot less heat for him too with that haircut.
So the Billboard Music Awards were last night. A little bit of controversy with Morgan Wallen, right?
Well, that's right, because Morgan has been disqualified from just about every award show under the sun the last year. Remember, we had that video of him using a racial slur outside of his home. But the Billboard Music Awards, they listen to the charts, and he had an incredible year on the charts. That was reflected last night. He won 3 awards. I believe it was top country artist or top male country artist, one of the two. And they didn't highlight him during the ceremony or during the broadcast. But like I said, I mean, they can't ignore what the charts say, and that's why Morgan won.
Well, and also The Weeknd totally left out of the Grammys, swept the Billboard. So he was covered with them last night.
He won 10 awards. And look, I know that the Grammys aren't chart backed, but if that says anything about music, this guy had a really popular album, and Grammys probably should have at least nominated him.
Absolutely. Okay, so there were rumors, but now you guys have proof that Bennifer 2.0 could actually be happening.
It's a real thing, Jason. We finally got images of the two of them together in the same frame. They're down in Miami, staying at one of her rental places. And the photo that we got, she's smiling. She looks happy. He stepped out on the balcony for a little bit. I mean, they are very much what we're told back together.
So this isn't just meeting up. You're hearing that they're a full-fledged couple again.
Well, this isn't just meeting up. This is a trip in Miami where they're staying together. Remember, they took a trip together in Montana, and previous to that, they've been hanging out in LA too. So it certainly seems that this is a couple.
Wow. Well, maybe we can have Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston back again. That'd be
Hey,
good.
we can only hope.
We can
One
only
step
hope.
at a time.
Have a good week, Brad. Thank you.
You too. Thanks, Jason.
You can get more of these stories at tmz.com. You know what I think it is?
What?
I just think it's Rebound Whoopi.
Rebound Whoopi.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they're just little schnauzers. I think they're just they're both just got out of a relationship. I think they're just having fun.
It sounds like he's been really just sort of waiting and waiting and waiting, and now he went.
What is he, a puma? I mean,
No, that was his Spidey stuff.
No, I don't think they're going to be a couple. I think they're just having I think they're having some adult time together, and that's it. And by the way, speaking of the Billboard Awards, this is how proof that the world has changed. I was telling the producers, the American Idol finale was last night, and it used to be when the Idol finale would happen, the world stopped. I remember 26, 27, 28 million people would watch. Crickets. I mean, you heard very little about. I guess the talent was good this year, but look how much pop culture has changed.
I know.
Because
isn't that weird?
You were in school because you're a youngin'. I have heard anecdotally that it used to make when high schools would have morning announcements, that it would make the morning announcements. Do you remember hearing about it in school?
We didn't have morning announcements in high school, but in middle school we did, and I'm sure there was. 'Cause that's when Kelly Clarkson won. I think that's when I was in middle school. It was huge.
Wait a minute. You were in middle school when Kelly Clarkson won American Idol?
I think so. When was this? 2002, 2001?
Oh, God.
No, honestly, was it 2002?
Jeff and I were receiving our 5-year Fox pins and the 5-year Fox ashtray. And you were in middle school.
Yeah, I think I was in 7th or 8th grade.
Oh, my goodness. At 10 years, they give you cheesecake. No, that's another network. After 25 years. Next in the dish. God, I'm shady. I watched the most recent episode of The Story of Late Night. Oh, this was good. This one was all about the early Letterman and Leno years. And I got to tell you, this is the era that is the most fascinating to me because of this little thing. So now Johnny's gone. This is 92, 93. Johnny left. Leno got the Tonight Show, even though there were some NBC executives that wanted Letterman to have it. So Leno got the Tonight Show, and what people forget is 93 to 95, Leno had been struggling. He was number 2. The press was annihilating him. Letterman was the clear winner for the first 2 years that they went head-to-head. Leno was uncomfortable. And the part of the problem was he was basically just doing Johnny's show. They changed the color of the curtain. They changed the set, the couch, but he was basically doing the show just like Johnny. They never contoured it to Leno until, well, right here. Leno had been struggling, as I said, but it was this interview with Hugh Grant in 1995 that instantly changed the fortunes for The Tonight Show and put Leno in first place. Look at this.
Let me start with question number one. What the hell were you thinking?
People give me tons of ideas on this one. I keep reading new, psychological theories and stuff like that. I was under pressure, I was overtired, or I was lonely, or I fell down the stairs when I was a child, or whatever. But I think that would be bollocks, really, to hide behind something like that. I think in life pretty much what's a good thing to do and what's a bad thing, and I did a bad thing, and there you have it.
So if you don't remember, it was the biggest scandal in pop culture at the time. Hugh Grant, who was a huge movie star, was caught in a car with a hooker. And legit, it was his mugshot was everywhere. And he was already booked on The Tonight Show. And what you learn in CNN's The Story of Late Night, the producers of The Tonight Show thought for sure that he was going to cancel. Jay Leno called Hugh Grant and said, do not cancel. Come on the show. I will handle it well, and we need to talk about it and laugh about it, and then the story will go away. What happened? He addressed it. They laughed at it. He was able to laugh at himself and own it. Went away. Stop being that big of a scandal. That still applies. We talk about it all the time. Stupid celebrity apologies. If you just confront it, it goes away usually. Anyway, and you also learn that also what happened with Dave was, so that happened, Jay Leno went to first, and at the exact same time, CBS, some of their big cities, they lost their affiliates to Fox. So instead of being CBS 2 in Detroit, they went to CBS 56. So Letterman, all of these powerful CBS stations were annihilated, and we bought them, sorry. So the combination of the two things, Letterman moved to second and never moved to first until Conan O'Brien took over The Tonight Show, and that leads perfectly to next week. The Story of Late Night is on CNN. I also recommend the companion podcast called Behind the Desk, hosted by Bill Carter, who is a legend with covering late night. Behind the Desk, find it where you find your podcast. It's really good. Cool. Almost better than the documentary. Next in the dish, the 6th episode of Mayor of Easttown debuted last night. Don't worry, no spoilers. The season finale is next week. Here's what I'm going to say. There are 2 reasons to get HBO Max this week. The first is the Friends reunion in 3 days, and the other is to binge quickly all of these episodes of Mayor of Easttown. A lot of shows start well, and and then I complain that the ending is horrible. This show, as we watched the penultimate last night, this is going to be a fabulous show, top to bottom, tip to tail, right to left, east to west. It is so good. And again, last night it ends, and it had another twist. And I said a few choice words and turned off the light. I yelled at Mr. Big for no apparent reason.
Oh, poor Big.
I didn't. I just said, Biggie, why is she doing this to us? And then I went to bed. It's so good. Please watch it. Have you watched it yet?
No, I have a question. Is this just going to be like a single, this isn't just one season, one and done?
One season.
Okay.
Yeah. Have I given you my password yet?
No.
Okay, I'll give that to you in the break. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this, everyone. It's volleyball, 1, 2, 3, 4. Before we get to the mailbag, which we'll do later, we need to make a correction. We need, the news makes corrections. Even a goofy show like ours makes corrections. And? We have learned, and we have received a lot of emails already. There were, in fact, Mr. Steaks here in Minnesota. I apologize for that error, and it'll never happen again. It's one of the best things to do every summer in the Twin Cities, and I'm naming it my latest best thing ever, everybody. You know me. I don't like sports. I call it all sports ball. There's one game I like, baseball. America's pastime. The home of Joe DiMaggio and Kirby Puckett. And that's the only two players I can name. Joe Mauer. Justin Morneau. See, I can keep going.
We got 4!
That's right. Harry Carey. He wasn't a player, but he was an announcer.
Just go.
I recently visited Target Field because here's the deal. Before we roll this, I do Target Field in a very specific way. I buy cheap seats and I like to walk around and people watch and hold the beverage. I wanted to see with the restrictions and is it normal? And I hate that word, but is it normal? Look. Oh, it is so good to be back. The sound of people in there, the announcer. I can smell the food. It's Twins time. Let's see what it's like now. Okay, we are in. It is almost, I hate the word normal, but it is almost normal. Like people are walking around. I was able to stand and have a beverage at my favorite place right there. I love that bar. And people are just happy. It's good. It's a complete kind of spirit boost being back at Target Field. Okay, another level of normalcy entering my favorite place, Bat and Barrel. Didn't need reservations. We can just come on in. So that's good. Loving this. And even more signs of normal. My favorite spot right underneath Minnie and Paul. We got Red Cow, Luce, Minnie and Paul, and Sincerely. You're not gonna get a seat. The best view. A little drink, a little standing room, and the field. It's summer, my friends. Oh, and by the way, Max Kepler was right there, but now he's not. We end how we began, right back where we were started. A great day at Target Field. Way more quote-unquote normal than I thought. The Twins are back, let's hope. And summer is back. Love it. I did. This was before, I should tell you that. I shot that right before the mask mandates lifted, so you saw some people with masks. I'm not kidding. It's great. I felt totally safe. You're outdoors. And people were so nice. That was what it was, Kendall, was I said spirit boost in there, and it sounded a little woo-woo. It really, I was so happy. It made me, so I love Target Field. I think it's one of the best ballparks in the country. And I love being downtown and seeing all the Nolo and Smack Shack and Burrow and Monte Carlo. People were bussing, and I know that downtown gets a bad rap, but it was lovely to see folks coming into downtown and spending money, and it was great. Target Field by itself, though, phenomenal, and right back to what it should be, and that's what that was. But
yeah, we really enjoyed it. I've gone to a couple games now, and I'm going to go again on Friday. I do the same thing as you. We get like the really cheap seats.
Yep.
We sit there at the beginning, and then we slowly mill around. And I was also surprised by how much we were able to still like walk around.
Yes, and then Max Kepler. What I didn't put in that piece was he's the only guy that I know, and I was screaming at him. I go, Max, Max, and he didn't look up at me. But yeah.
Oh.
He's a good-looking guy.
Oh, he is. I want my sister to marry him.
Oh.
Just so I can go to free Twins
I think
games.
he's married. Is he married?
No.
He's not?
No.
He's single?
I think he's single.
Okay. Well, we got to.
I don't know. I don't really
going.
keep up with these things.
We got to get that going, though. Well, I'm not the only one with the best thing ever. It's time for Kendall to share something she's loving. Hit it again, Leo.
Hey. Okay, so.
Hey.
Hey, girl.
It's Valley Girl Live. Hey.
Hey. So I'm talking to all of you like me who have fine hair, who humidity is not great for you, and who don't want to shower and wash their hair every morning. You'd rather wash it at night to save some time in the morning, right? I say that because most of us have to blow dry our hair to make it voluminous.
Poofy.
So I have a secret product that just does it for you. And it's this itty bitty little guy, which is why we have a photo of it, so you don't have to squint at the TV. This is it. It's called Techni Art. It's by L'Oreal. It's their professional line, though, so you can't like go into Target or CVS and get this. It's called Super Dust. This thing is 1/4 of an ounce. It is absolutely tiny. When I got it in the mail, it came from, let me see, Poland, I think. I got it on Amazon, and it shipped in from Poland. No, I ordered it on Amazon.
Is it legal here in this country?
Listen, it's so hard to find. It's super, super
It's hard to find because it's illegal.
No, it's not. It's L'Oreal. It's fine.
Are you sure it's L'Oreal and not L'Oreal?
I think. Yeah,
See?
It's L'Oreal. It's L'Oreal for sure. I did have to question it though when it came, and I was like, it doesn't weigh anything. But my best friend told me about it. So I got it, took forever to get here, and she told me that it's really hard to find. But you put a tiny little bit on your root line, like on the side that you would part it over onto, just like dry shampoo, just a little boop, boop, boop. Rub it in, it gives you a little texture, gives you some volume. It's amazing.
Where can we get the Polish hair dust?
Okay, it doesn't necessarily come from Poland. It just did for me for whatever. I got mine on Amazon.
Okay.
I don't know where else you can get it, but yes, Super Dust by L'Oreal Professional.
Shipped in from Poland. That's right. That's a good one. No, you're going to get so many emails about this. We will post it later. We promise. Those are our best things ever. Speaking of best things ever, I love you. You're always the best thing ever, and you have a lot to say about the show this week, including Ted's childhood vacation photo. When we come back. The best thing. We should just have it in the open. Oh, this is going to be fun. We're still getting Mr. Steak emails. We now know there were Mr. Steaks in Minnesota. I apologize again to the good people of Minnesota and Wisconsin. Jeff was wrong. It's the moment from Friday's show that we're all still laughing about today. Producer Ted revealing a picture from his past while the staff was talking about family vacations. Look.
So this is me.
You do.
This is me at Disney World. I don't know, middle school age. And Leo, you can put it up now. I got the baggy jeans. I got the nice bowl cut.
Ted, are you 7 feet tall?
Ted, why do you look like your legs are... Why do you look like you're on stilts?
It was the style.
Was it?
It still looks like an optical illusion to me, right,
it
Kendall?
It does, yes.
It still does.
Yeah.
And it looks like his waist is basically up to his boobs, like right here.
Right.
You know?
It's like high-waisted skirts gone wrong.
Yeah, well, we weren't the only ones with we'll call it a strong reaction to Ted's picture. It's time to open up the Jason Show mailbag.
You've got mail.
First up, Nicole. Nicole writes, I lost coffee through my nose when you put that picture of Ted up on the screen. You weren't the only one, girl. You weren't please. Ow. Thank goodness we weren't drinking at the time. Jan had a question for me. Jason, where is Ted's girlfriend in that picture?
Naughty, naughty.
You know what we call that, Jan? Shade.
Shady.
That is, Jan is shady. I don't have to do the jokes about Ted. The viewers do them for me.
Gotta find my sunglasses.
Exhibit B. Jess had this to say about Ted's jeans. Quit laughing about Ted's Jinko jeans. Only the coolest kids that had the coolest of parents were allowed to wear those. Carry on, Ted. You're still the cool kid on the block. Who picked that email?
I think she's shading you this time.
Oh, I know.
And maybe me.
I deserve it. We all had horrible. Believe me, I have something that I'm going to bring in that's equally as embarrassing as far as outfits and things that I wore as a teenager.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I gave it, I can give it. Dina sent us a photo on Instagram with the message, Leo, can we take that full again, please? Kendall, it looks like you're snuggling up to Ted's. Oh, God, it looks
Ted's
like
girlfriend.
Next on Gulliver's Travels.
I'm holding his hand.
It looks like we're getting ready to tie Ted down in Lilliput. The reaction was strong to Ted's jeans, so we decided he should have to defend his, fashion choices. Ladies and gentlemen, here's our brand new limited series called Ted Defends His Jeans.
Okay, so there's been a lot of controversy about my jeans. Now, in my defense, I spent my entire clothing allowance on those jeans for like an entire year. So I don't really know what I was wearing aside from those jeans, but I was basically the cool kid in school. Not really. Totally not the cool kid. But I did like to have like this little gangster phase. So we all have a weird phase. We all have that gangster phase. I grew out of it, became much more popular, and here I am today.
Can I make a request?
Please.
Can I never hear Ted say gangster face again?
Gangster.
Stay connected with our show on social media. Check us out on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Just search for Jason Show TV, and our personal accounts as well, Kindle Mark, and just my name, Jason Matheson. We'll be back right after this. Gangsta face with Ted. Oh, welcome back. It is back to work today for another after another busy weekend for a lot of you. But hey, this is a good week because after this week, it's Memorial Day, you know? We love seeing how you spend your time with your family and friends. So once again, it's time for Show Us Your Weekend. Graduations are underway across the area. Brenda shared this picture of graduation day for her daughter at Jackson County Central. And congratulations to Janine's grandson, Howard. She shared the picture of her oldest grandson's graduation. Many of you were loving the hot weather on Saturday. Angie was happy to be able to jump into the lake before Memorial Day in Matamidi. Sandy went hiking on Lake Mille Lacs with her hiking partners. And Amy and her family visited Nelson's in Stillwater for a little ice cream. Looks like the little guy loved it. Many of you spent time with family and friends. Shannon had drinks with her family she hasn't seen in a long time at a bar. Christy celebrated a friend's wedding at the Steeplechase Event Center. And I just want to say congrats to the couple. And Michelle spent time with family. She shared a photo of her great-nephew, Trip, after he found worms for fishing. It was a weekend to celebrate birthdays for many of you. Linda says these two beauties celebrated their 30th with a girls' weekend in Brainerd. Nicole, meanwhile, had a birthday party for her 3-year-old, Elsa Princess. And Taryn met up with her best friend since elementary school to celebrate all turning 40 this year. Nancy shared this photo. Her daughter's voodoo lilies blossomed this weekend. They only blossom about every 7 years. She says they're very smelly. Tessa's daughter placed first this weekend, racing her junior dragster at Rock Falls Raceway in Wisconsin. Nice job. And congratulations to Amanda and her family. Her little girl was born over the weekend. Cute baby.
Cute baby.
Cute little baby. Mm-hmm. You always go to the baby voice when you talk about babies. Mm-hmm. Well, some of you may have visited Valley Fair this weekend, which opened for the first time since 2019. You'll recall in Friday's show, you saw the Jason Show staff take on a few of the rides. We had so much fun. We shot so much footage that we wanted to share some bonus footage with you, starting with our ride on the Renegade roller coaster. Look at this.
I cannot enjoy this part.
Anyone who knows me, who's been to these parks with me, they know that I scream the stars' names and it keeps me, and there may be a cuss word that weaves in with them, but yeah.
Just 1 or 2 or 17.
One of them, yeah. You laughed out loud when I said Colton Underwood.
It's like, what is happening? Ah!
Well, what you didn't see on Friday was the end of our day when I decided to take it easy on poor Kendall and poor Ted by ending the day on a ride that was a little less scary. Look, you guys did great on the Power Tower, and as a thank you, our final ride is about 1% less intense than that one.
Clear, so we're gonna send you on out of here.
Oh my God, are we done?
Yay!
Back riders, how was the ride?
Fantastic!
Absolutely.
Absolutely. No, I gotta get up. I really will be sick. I can't do it again. We gotta go. We gotta go. Mama's done.
Is Mama done?
I'm done with this whole thing.
Mama's done.
Gotta go. Gotta go.
Mama was done. Mama was very done.
So done.
Yeah, I will say you weren't faking it for the camera. You were not well.
By like the second time we did Power Tower, my vision started doing this, and I was like, I'm ruined for the rest of the day.
I did a piece similar. We have what, 30 seconds, Jeff? Yeah. I did a piece similar to this. I returned to another station for about a year over at WCCO, and it was right around the fair time, and I'll never forget this. And they wanted me and my buddy Amelia Santinello to go on some rides.
Mm-hmm.
And they put us on a ride that Amelia wasn't quite comfortable with. And we got on that ride, and we got off, and Amelia wasn't feeling so well. And I'll never forget this as long as I live. Amelia is getting sick. And we're sitting on this bench, and here she is getting sick, and this woman comes up. We're sitting on the bench, and I'm rubbing Amelia's back, like trying to make her feel better. And this woman goes, "Hi, I know you're sick, but can I get a photo?" And I'm like, no. And because I knew Amelia, being so nice, would never tell the woman all about herself, but I didn't care. And I went, "No, you can't have a photo. She's getting sick. Get out of here."
And if you've never experienced that kind of motion sickness.
I know. But that woman looked at me, she says, "I didn't like you anyway."
I don't like you either.
She looked at me and she goes, "I didn't like you on Channel 9, and I don't like you on Channel 4. And I was like, "Well, I'm going to protect my friend, you little termite." I didn't call her termite to her face. I'm just doing it now on TV.
I don't like your attitude,
But
lady.
no, it was great. Amelia's laughing. She goes, "Only you." I go, "I was defending your honor." Asking her to photo when she's getting sick. I love people. Thanks again to our friends at Valley Fair. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this. I didn't like you on Channel 4. I didn't like you on Channel 9, and I really don't like you on Channel 4. I'm nice to, like, you've been with me.
Mm-hmm.
I have a very long fuse with people.
Yep.
But when it comes to Amelia, I will defend her like a little gay soldier. Welcome back, everybody. You can watch our show on YouTube if you miss us live on TV. Just search for Jason Show on YouTube. Please hit that subscribe button. We would appreciate it. And you can also get a reminder when we upload new photos. Bubblegum goodbye. You ready, Kendall?
Yes, my little gay soldier.
That's right. I would like to be known for that. I would like to be known as that from now on. Kendall, what song do you never want to hear again? Oh, I know right away. We'll tell you when we come back. Back in a moment. Welcome back, everyone. Bubblegum Goodbye mystery question. What one song do you never, ever want to hear again? Ladies first.
I can't think of one song. I just don't really love the genre from like 50s milkshake drinking places. You know what I'm talking about? Like when you go in to like get a burger at like those kind of old school 50s restaurants and they have those songs, they scare me. 50s music makes me nervous. Sorry. Don't send me an email.
Mine is Despacito by Justin with Justin Bieber.
No! That's the song of my wedding.
I'm sorry. The 50s are the soundtrack of my teenage years. So, no, I hate... Now, why are you playing that, Jeff? I hate that song.
Keep it going.
Hate it. And anything by Lorde. Really? This is how we're going to end the show? We've had a good show. I'm in a good mood and you're going to ruin it. I didn't like you on Channel 4. Tomorrow on the show, we go into the kitchen with Coco and Lala. Oh, Jeff, really? Go out there and be yourself, everyone, because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. We'll see you tomorrow.